Welcome to Big Show Games and Tech Toys Game On special event. I'm Super Dave Rains, filling in for Jeremy, aka JB, the host of Big Show Games and Tech Toys. We are on location at Nighthawk Brewery here in, Nighthawk Brewery, Taproom and Pizza Kitchen here in Broomfield, Colorado, with Sean Patrick Fannon, the founder and CVO of Evil Beagle Games, Bad Dog, Good Games. So, Sean, welcome to the show and guest.
Good to see you again.
And it's good to see you. And thank you for letting us observe the big game, Final Crusade, the Battle of Camondel.
Yeah.
And I've got some. We're just happy to be here. So
Appreciate that.
Sean, tell us about the game and why you put this event together.
Well, okay, so I was already involved with Thanksgiving, which is this weekend, and Thanksgiving is being put on by Gamers Giving, which is a charitable organization here in the Denver area. And normally, when they do Thanksgiving and other charity events, they focus on like Medicine Sans Frontiere or food banks or things like that. But one of our own, a very, very special person to us, Jacob Burgess, his family's been dealing with a real crisis. Their daughter, we call her the Mighty T, Taylor. She's 7 years old and she's been diagnosed with a pretty ugly form of leukemia. And they've been just struggling really hard. So we all stepped up and decided to get involved and make Thanksgiving about that. So on top of that, Marion over here, Marion Waldman, with Ray Greer and Rich Higbee, these are friends of mine that I used to game with back when I lived in Northern California. And I used to run Shine Tower a lot for them. And they were really, really involved heavily, as well as a lot of the people in this room, all who really love this epic fantasy setting that I created. And they were like, hey, we're coming to see your band that's playing, and since we're going to be there, how about that big epic game you've been promising us? And I'm crazy, so I said, sure, let's pull that together for the weekend as well. So we, in addition to running games yesterday at Total Escape Games for Thanksgiving, Friday night and today was all about this big epic Shine Tower game, which is quite literally a group of heroes and a small army they lead against an entire nation. So we're doing a big, huge battle thing going on today. And we set it up not only for them to all participate, do it for charity, they can spend money to get additional benefits for their characters. There's people all over the world who are watching and are able to make donations and have made donations. Last I checked, we're well over $3,500 just to connect it to the big game. And they were able to have their characters talked about. Ray would do field reports. We all would make acknowledgments of what they did. And so they got to make a donation and then then add something to the activity and be a part of the story.
They got to participate.
Well, tell us, Mr. Greer, about, you were telling me a few minutes ago about how many people are in the game.
Right. As it stands right now, there's 20 stalwart players behind us. Another 4 calling in from different states around the country. We've had emails from a man from France. We've had donations that have been coming in during the run of the game, as well as the run up to the game, to raise money for charity, and they've all had a real effect in what we've been doing. It's been a lot of fun doing the color competition.
In fact, they spent so much money that these guys kicked my butt. Although there were some people who stepped up and threw some money in my pot, so I had a few things to scare them with. But overall, everyone got to participate because it contributed to the charity.
Wow, that's awesome. So, Marion, tell me about the concert.
So the concert was a band from Finland named Steven Spells that I've been listening to for some time. And about a year ago, they had come through and done a tour that actually ended in California. I saw them there, and they are absolutely wonderful. This year, they did another tour, but the closest they came to the West Coast was in fact the Denver area. So since we had been looking for an excuse to come out anyway, this was the one that we used. We all had the time, and Sean had the time, and this was a good cause, so it turned out really well.
We did not expect Sean to lose his mind.
No, we went a little overboard. No doubt about that.
I know this has to take a lot of work to do. So, folks, we've got a big game going on here on Big Show Games and Tech Toys, and people from all around the world are here enjoying the event from different states, and then tuning in from as far as France, right?
Yeah.
So that's pretty amazing. So, sir, tell me about your involvement in this whole endeavor.
Oh, the man who killed the guy.
Wow.
I'm just an old school gamer and was in on some further earlier times with with Sean Fannon in Shane Tar, and wanted to be in on a fairly epic event that's going to be important to his campaign, to the university's trying to create. So I'm just here to donate a little money to a good cause, have a good time.
Are you having a good time?
Yes, I am.
Well, that's good. Sean, tell me about what it takes to put together an event like that.
It's a very small amount of sanity. Like, the less you have, the better. An amazing group of friends who are very patient and tolerant of how stressed you're going to be when you do this. And just the willingness to throw caution to the wind. I've been game master. I've been running tabletop games since 1977.
Right.
I've been working professionally since '88. So, you know, I would say it's fair to say I'm kind of a professional at this. But even so, this is insane by most people's standards. Again, it just takes a great deal of coordination, a lot of buy-in on everyone's part.
Right.
And maybe a little bit of good design. I came up with some interesting design ideas that I think help move things along and make it go a little bit better. But even so, it takes a while to get through all people's actions and give them a chance to shine. So again, I think patience is a huge part of this.
Right, yeah, I've been observing this, and you know, it does take a lot, folks. I mean, there's a lot of actions that go on, so if you think about, you know, D&D or Middle-earth role-playing, this is like that times 100. So let me ask you, Sean, we've been following you on Big Show Games and Tech Toys. Tell everybody, tell our folks about what you've been up to, and then what's next for you after this event.
Appreciate that. Yeah, so I'm working on the next few books for the Savage Rift project, which we talked about, which is Rift, the original, very, very popular Rift setting, trying to put the Savage rules. We got a bunch more books after that. I'm working on a superhero game called Prowls and Paragons, and a setting for that called Modern Gods. I'm working with the Spyglass Games guys who are also here in the Denver area, and they put out a game called Venom Assault, which is a love letter to G.I. Joe as a cooperative board game. I'm doing the setting book for that, which is going to be called Freedom Squadron. So those are the big three things I've got coming up in the next few months.
Right, awesome. Now, are we gonna see you at Mile High Con?
As a matter of fact, I am a guest speaker there at Mile High Con. I'm also the captain of the HMS Reliant for the Royal Manticore Navy.
Yes.
We talked about that at
Right.
TaxCon. They actually made me a captain of the Denver ship, so I'll be doing a lot of stuff with that. So yeah, we'll be at Mile High. We'll see you there.
Right, awesome. Well, you know, Sean, thank you for having us here. We were very pleased to come out, and we're always happy to see you. I want to thank Nighthawk Brewery, Taproom, and Pizza Kitchen, and for Sean Patrick Fannon and guests, I'm Super Dave Rains. For Big Show Games and Tech Toys, game on.
Game on.